Is this thing on? Anyone? Uh... Hello everybody and welcome to Politics? Maybe. Wow, that was quick. Wow, hey everybody, jeez. Alright, we can applaud, it's cool, but everyone's gotta... No, okay, screw it. You know what? Cameraman, I want you to turn around to show all the energy that's been going on behind me. It's been absolutely crazy. I'm your host, Randolph Marshoni, and I'm here to give you one of the two mind blows you're going to be getting today. The second one's going to be coming from the Halloween candy you and your child are consuming, but that's not what I'm talking about. And if you have diabetes, I'm sorry, that joke does not apply to you. Anyways, I'm here to talk about the great debates that were happening in America just a few days ago between the Republicans. On October 28th, there was a great debate, and a lot went down around it, so I'm here to cover it all for you right now. But before we get into that, I need to shed a little bit of light on who I am as Randolph Marshoni. Now, I'm a centrist when it comes to government, which means that I don't really care who wins as long as they're a little bit competent. And that being said, that's why I decided to start with good old Donald Trump. Now, if you're not aware of who Donald Trump is, he's the man who has been bullying all the Mexicans and women, and then claiming that he's a populist, which means that he stands for the rights of the common people. So, not the Mexicans or the women, but the common people. Don't think that's right. Let me just... Okay, I feel like bad. This is my first day, and I'm already cheating on my notes. Pretty good, huh? Oh, okay, no. I just wanted to see you had said that. It was his supporters. His supporters are claiming that Donald is a populist, which means that it's just the people who aren't Mexican or women. So, kind of makes sense. Anyways, that's not what matters. What matters is how he's under fire recently after being in the debate in Iowa and losing to good old Ben Carson, a man who is considered more quiet and sure of himself. However, when Ben Carson got the news that he had won the Iowa debate, he wasn't as sure of himself, saying, "Wow, I actually won that debate? That's interesting." Which shouldn't have really came as a shock to him and probably didn't, but he didn't seem like the guy who wanted to talk trash. No, rather, he just wanted to push how he was definitely a part of the evangelical church, and that he loved Jesus. Now, it probably was his best strategy considering he was in Iowa, because all you have to do to win a debate in Iowa is say Jesus once, and they're suddenly proclaiming you as the second coming of Christ. Good job, Iowanian... Iowanas... I don't... Okay, whatever they are, it's cool. People from Iowa. Let me turn my notes here. We also had a little bit of talking from anti-trash talking Marco Rubio, who seemed to really like to pump up his crowds and be very inspiring. So inspiring, in fact, that some people were complaining about sparkles coming out of their rectums. Yes, that's right, sparkles coming out of their butts.
Excuse this interruption. The sparkles are coming from your anus is not in fact coming from Marco Rubio. It is Burger King. The mixture of orange fries for Halloween and the black Whopper is what causing it to come from your anus. Thank you.
And that, kids, is why you don't give chewing gum to baby elephants.
We were off air.
We were what?
Off air, sir.
We were off air?
Yes, that is
correct.
correct.
How long were we off air? What the? Okay, gotta move on. While all this was going on, Hillary Clinton was live tweeting for the entire thing, having quotes like, 10 candidates, 0 new ideas. For a surgeon, Ben Carson has a pretty poor diagnosis. We need to build on the progress we've made in healthcare. And The hardest part of college shouldn't be paying for it. We need a real plan to make college affordable and available for everybody. Now, what doesn't concern me is the idea that she's dissing on her rivals. What concerns me about this is the fact that she had such flawless texting skills and doesn't have autocorrect on her phone. Every phone has autocorrect. In fact, I believe this so much, I decided to teenageify all these texts for you so you know what is actually going on Hillary Clinton's phone. We have 10 scrubs, ain't no cool ideas. 8 out of 8, mate. Pretty funny. This Ben dude, worst surgeon ever. Don't even know how flawless Obamacare is. What a scrub. That website don't crash and I trust it with all my heart, just like I do my husband. Girl, college costs too dang much. Trust me, we need to be changing that right now. Hashtag true. That's probably more around what Hillary Clinton would have said if she was teenageified. And by the way, the website I used for that was pretty easy to access and makes things look pretty similar to what Hillary Clinton's text looked like. But I'm sure 100% that writers hadn't touched her texts and that they were 100% from Hillary's heart. Meanwhile, Hillary doesn't really know how to handle the fire coming from her own kitchen, with people like Carly Fiorina calling themselves Hillary's worst nightmare, like a crazy WWE wrestler. WWE. That makes sense. Guys, I figured it out. Hold on to your caps and be ready because I have just made the biggest discovery in all of politics history, like bigger than the Illuminati. Hold your horses, I've got the— oh, what?
Breach secured!
Okay guys, I've been running from the cops for 2 hours and I wrote this speech in my own blood. Here's the deal. I figured out why Donald Trump ran for president and the Republicans have sent an army after me to prevent me from getting this out to you guys. Do you guys know what the cheerleader effect is? If not, it is where you have something really, really not okay and you put it next to something that is okay, and it makes the okay thing seem really freaking awesome because the other thing is so bad. Well, they were losing because Hillary Clinton had all the press on her. Like, every single thing of politics was on Hillary Clinton, and the Republicans didn't know how to get their own press. So they, while watching The Apprentice one day, decided that Donald Trump was so ridiculous that it might just work. So they hired him and paid him a crap load of money, like politicians have, and decided that he could be the next candidate that would get them enough press to get the Republicans good. So they put him out and gave him these ridiculous speeches about racism and sexism, and it was working. They were getting a ton of press, and then they didn't realize that they'd created a monster that might actually win the presidency. Because it turns out Americans are a little bit more racist and sexist than they had hoped, and now Trump is almost in the lead for being our next president, which was originally supposed to be a joke. Basically what I'm saying is we should probably watch out because, yeah, it's kind of not a good thing that we're voting a guy who really doesn't like women or immigrants into our political system. Alright, I got it out. Anyways, thank you guys for watching Politics Maybe. I'm Randolph Marshoni, and this has been a great, great show.